Yes,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. Hello, Margot. Hello, Ibu Karina. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm offing my camera at the moment because I'm on the road from Banyumas to Semarang, actually. I'm here today, and thank you so much for ASEAN Secretariat and FMDV to have this event and inviting me to participate. What I do is basically my name is Erlangga. I'm from Deloitte, and I assist clients and investors, project owners and investors, to help develop projects and develop their financial model so that investors would be interested, or the other way around as well. Next. So basically, this is the objective and the output of this activity. What I'm assigned to as a theme is what is the vision from the private sector. And in this regard, I think rather than a vision, I would rather say it's more on the appetite of the investors and what kind of projects that would be suitable to invest, what kind of projects that are considered to be bankable. And in this regard, in simple terms, it's how the project proponent or the project owner helps share the risk and the investment returns together with the private sector or the potential investor. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. So this is basically what we consider in the market as smart cities. What are their criterias and what kinds of facilities that may be considered to support the smart city concept. So probably I won't go into detail because this is part of the definition, and I'm pretty sure this is aligned to the general understanding of what smart cities are. Next. So what is more important is what the project sponsor needs to demonstrate to the investors, right? So in this regard, several questions come into mind. First is, does the project capture the economic benefit through the direct revenue streams? And do they generate any free cash flow? So what we are looking for is that revenue stream, that free cash flow, because it's needed to cover the various expenses, in particular, the upfront capital finance cost and ongoing operations and maintenance of that project, right? The second, we talked about risk and what and how are the risks being mitigated, and how do they affect the source or the sponsors. And the third is, how do we actually use the cash flow to repay some of the debt or equity, and can public or private sources of capital be combined to create a bankable project. So this is where schemes such as public-private partnerships or different types of partnership arrangements can be developed. And finally, it is on the whole economic justification and the financial justification is, if the present value of the total investment cost, is it greater than the present value of the net revenues? So in this, what we see as the lessons learned also specifically on the subject of smart cities is that if you talk about smart cities, smart technologies that are being developed, they need to be integrated into the existing infrastructure, meaning the legacy systems, etc. And second, other than all that financial considerations, we also need to be very careful about data security and privacy issues. So there will be heightened privacy concerns and calls into the ethical use of the data collected, because if we talk about the smart city concept, it is also how we collect and we analyze data for the benefit of the public. And the third is the regulatory and legal frameworks ready to support these type of infrastructure and partnerships. And the fourth is definitely with regard to interoperability, because in the future we will see more interconnectedness with the Internet of Things and others, and whether or not information can be safely and quickly transferred and be interoperable. Next. Yeah. So if we look at how these opportunities can be further pursued, first of all, we need to, as project owners, your project concept note needs to highlight several issues, understand what the funding gap is, and then what, if any, are the risk transfer potential, because then again, you want to signal to the market that you're willing to take some of the risk and share the risk with the private sector, and what kind of returns are available. So the understanding of the business model is very important. And second is how value is actually created, right? So you have in this type of infrastructure, sometimes you need to demonstrate a sort of a virtuous cycle of value creation. So you have to know what kind of a direct value capture that you're going to generate. You need to know the indirect value capture, and if you have assets, these assets, can they be recycled to create or to fund in greenfield investments, for instance? So that's step one. You need to understand the project and the value. And after having that clear understanding, then you need to look at what kind of financing options that would be available to help close these financing gaps. Okay, and then the third would be what kind of delivery in terms of the procurement, and what kind of partnerships there could be. So in a nutshell, these are the three steps. And I think what's most important is you need the step number one is very important. So next slide. Yeah, so in doing that, oh, okay, just before. Yeah, so I know I have 2 minutes left, and this is, I think, the most important slide. Sorry, the slide before. Yes, business model canvas. Okay. So or you need to create like a business model canvas to understand your business model, right? So you need to know what are the key activities, what are the key resources. So we define what are the impacts, and what in terms of the delivery to the beneficiaries, and in terms of the cash flow itself, how can you monetize it? You as government officials, municipal officials, I know sometimes it can be, you need to use that hat from the investor side to help them participate in jointly developing your respective cities. And therefore, this kind of business model canvas is something that you can help develop and collaborate with the private sector. So probably in a nutshell, I guess that's from the private sector perspective of things, and based on how we cooperate and how we collaborate with various stakeholders, in particular with the private sector. So thank you, Margot. Thank you, Karina, for the opportunity. Back to you.